Hey everybody, welcome to the 5-pin Universal Championship Champion Series that we have going on here. Today is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, we don't have Mr. Kreutz running our video. It's me, so please be patient. The reason why he's not doing it is because he's going to be one of our competitors today. So let's bring in our panel as we normally would. We have Mr. Adam Weber. We have Tim Wiseman. We have our special guest, Brett Hendrickson, who did a great job last week. We have our reigning champion, Bradley Tytgat, in for the first match while he waits to see who he faces. And then... Lacoursiere, hiding in our mechanical room. And we have our fearless leader, Karie Kreutz. Hey, guys.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Good.
There's a lot of people on the screen right now. So, how you guys feeling? You excited? We've had Brett pushing Evan to get onto this for about 17 weeks or so.
People's champ. Finally, somebody for the people.
That's right. And then we have our leader, Karie, in here. So it's about time we get to play too. So, how you guys feeling? You guys excited? How you guys doing?
Go ahead, Evan.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm excited. I've been trying to play for a while, so. Told them they were being chicken. Yeah, they're scared.
We left it to the fans. You just didn't rally the votes.
Yeah, people's champ, but I couldn't get the votes.
Just think if you got in, I'd still be playing.
All right.
For a while there, I was thinking that the man in the chicken suit was going to catch you too, Evan, but he didn't. So it's good to have you in here.
Thanks.
So today's going to be the same sort of match as last week to start for the preliminary match. So head-to-head match, each match is worth 1 point. 2 games. If there's a tie, then it'll go to a roll-off. What are you guys' strategies? Any thoughts about that?
Try and throw more strikes than Evan.
Good luck.
Yeah. I don't know if there's really much strategy. Just try to get a lead early, get ahead.
No defense in bowling, so just try to play better than the other guy.
Totally. You guys find a line in practice?
No.
I found a line on Sunday.
Ooh, attaboy. Oh, you did come in and throw some balls. I haven't seen you throw balls in a while, so I was wondering when the last time you were in.
You literally saw me on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, you threw balls on Sunday, yeah. That's right. And you shot good. I was busy doing other things. You shot like 1150 for 4 or so, something like that?
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. Do you think that's going to be enough?
For here? Oh, yeah.
Did you see his first 2 games, though? Just look at that.
Oh, yeah.
And Karie, how are you feeling? Karie, you haven't thrown a whole lot of balls lately either, so.
No. Just going to try and get some roll and try not to make too many mistakes.
Perfect. You guys all warmed up and ready to go?
You bet.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you guys get out there and get this thing started?
What are you guys playing for?
100 bones.
Oh, not $50.
I couldn't get the university discount.
Not a waste of your time.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, good luck, guys. All right. So, sorry, Evan dropped himself out, and then Adam's remove button went into the same spot. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Didn't miss much.
Hey, most people would be quite fine if I was removed.
Come on, man. Don't say that. So who throws harder here?
Who throws harder? Ooh. I think it very well could be Evan. And Evan does it throwing a 5-inch 312 ball too.
Wow.
It'll definitely be Evan today. I was watching both of the guys warm up a little bit. Looks like Karie's got a bit of a different style that he's trying right now. More to get a bit of a slower ball, but to get way more roll on it. And so Evan's definitely going to have the power game advantage, I think, today.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. Evan has a Starline and a early generation soft roll out there. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out too.
Yeah, because
the different mix.
Right. Yeah, they'll both react completely different with the pins. So that's a really good observation.
And I want to say the soft roll is much smaller, like maybe even 4 3/4. Definitely, if not, it's 4 7/8. So big size differences and big composition differences will play into that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be 2 seconds, guys. It looks like we've lost the feed on the actual screen. So hold on 2 seconds.
Looks like Karie has a tough break head pin before he starts.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's maybe not the scoring you want to see before you throw a ball.
Yeah, something's going on there.
Oh, the stream for the
lanes
actual
itself,
lanes is
yeah.
down. That's
Well, Karie threw a brick, so we knew that.
Well, I can kind of watch from where I'm sitting in the bowling alley.
Yeah, why
You're play-by-play.
It sounded like Evan threw a decent ball. Yeah, Evan threw the strike. I can agree with that. Score correct. There's no score corrections.
well, this is exciting.
Didn't you just want to see numbers flash across the screen?
Yeah.
Aren't we all gamblers anyway? This should be just like the casino for most guys.
Oh yeah. Just playing bowling slots.
Well, I'll bet on the double.
There we go. We can see the feed come back.
Oh, there
We see a face. We see a face.
There's
I think
movement.
it's a key for him, hey, like especially both guys that haven't thrown a whole lot and guys that throw that ball that goes pretty straight. If they can find it early, then they'll be good to go.
Yeah, Evan's come in and thrown a bunch of balls over the summer, and I think he's a little bit more on it. I think Karie's maybe throwing like just as much as I have, right? So, I obviously both are very talented. I think that Evan has the reps in so far, right? So,
I do kind of like Karie's little change that he's made with his arm swing. It's interesting because he's kind of creating kind of a little bit more snap at the top of his backswing. Like his elbow is bent until it gets to the top and then straightens out and snaps through. Tons of fingers on it when he does it.
Yeah, the big worry that I can see with that, and I was talking with him just before we started here, is once the adrenaline starts pumping and all of a sudden he does get that extra little bit of fire in his belly, how is that roll going to actually take? Is it going to be pushy or is he still going to be able to roll it? And that frame he just threw was very pushy.
Yeah, and when you do it, you can almost get to a point of lobbing it as well, making that arm swing too. It's all about a little bit more about timing, but it can definitely create a ton of fingers on that shot.
I think once the adrenaline starts going, you might actually end up getting more revolution roll, which could be beneficial as long as he controls it. But he was worried about this type of a start. He knew he was going to throw a bunch of head pins with this line, but he was hoping to just be a little bit off it and let the roll work.
Yeah.
So one thing I'd say, just watching it a little bit, is his follow through looks very abbreviated compared to what it used to be, even last year, even. Like the chop looked pretty short coming through, and then the same thing with that punch there. So I don't know if that's a function of just not throwing the ball a lot or the change in the backswing.
Backswing actually looks bigger right now than it did in practice. So I don't know. He's the type of guy that could switch after a frame or two as well if he's just not feeling it. But it doesn't look the same as warm up.
Well, yeah, even the two pin on his chop off there, he straightened his arm out a little bit too. So it looks like he may have made a switch right away on it.
If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it, right?
Oh, exactly. At this point, that's he's down a lot already. It's a good thing you get 2 games in this. Jim, it's the same as last week for this. So it's a 2-game match play. Each game is worth 1 point, and if they tie after 2 games, then it just goes to a roll off to see who faces Bradley next. Let's see if Evan throws this one. He could be putting away this match pretty early.
Another great shot.
Those are 4 really, really good shots.
The funny thing is that this might actually be beneficial for Karie.
For
Right
sure.
now all of a sudden, now he can start working on his game and really try to figure it out for the rest of this particular game, and then fire hard next game.
Yeah, exactly. At least you have that opportunity.
Yeah, a lot easier when it's not a pinfall match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It benefited me last week when I already knew that Tyler was already the second game was already over. I could figure something out for the, like the whatever the strike challenge or whatever is the one ball match, right?
It still looked like it would have been a power chop. He hasn't really thrown one convincing shot that I think's shown he can get the ball through the pins correctly.
Well, if you have a chance while you're kind of right behind him there, Brad, take a look at his approach. See if the approach looks really quick, because I'm guessing that's probably the big issue right now.
Yeah, I can. It's easy on 16. I can see almost the whole approach. So I can definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, we got to see him get the ball past his feet.
That
The last little while, it looks like he's been putting it down.
one looked really good.
That was his shot in practice right there. You can see the abbreviated takeaway and so much more roll on it. Great shot.
Absolutely.
It looked way looser too. It didn't look like he was forcing his body into a position. It was just kind of going that way anyways.
So what's the 5-pin Universal Champion perfect game pod at right now? Hey, I said it. I don't care. I don't care, man. I said it.
Hey, you're just being biased. He's your boy.
You know what? If he throws it,
he's
I'll
not
buy him
my
a beer.
He's the people's champ.
He's your people's champ. Yeah.
He's the people's champ.
Another great shot.
if he got tapped on the right corner there, I would have just
Watch our ball return blow up.
made for television, man. Made for television.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys know any good stories about going into 10, or if you're on a run at the beginning of a game, people just doing the stupidest stuff in the middle of a perfect game attempt?
Yeah.
The bowler himself or
Anything. Like, for instance, in the 2015 Winnipeg City Championship, last day we're at Polo Park. I started with 9 in a row. The crowd starts building or whatever, and while I'm sitting there just focusing on not throwing up before I go into 10, the judge of play comes and taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, make sure before you throw your first ball in 10 that you wait for the camera to be here so they can record it. It's not official unless they record it."
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, perfect. Thanks, man.
how'd the 10th shot go?
I just missed the head pin. It should have been a thin chop, but I rocked the head pin on the left side, almost backed it up, but no dice.
We were playing our casual Thursday league, and I was playing on 9 and 10. I was 10 bagger from the gun. One of our guys we play with, Mesh and I grew up with Bill. I went up there and I let him go ahead of me, and then he's like, he said, "You can go ahead and throw your perfect game now." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead, go throw your 11. You're gonna throw your perfect game." Instantly punched, right? I was like, screw off, right?
Well, what about the time that I'm not going to say names, but I think it was Sunday match, and you had like 8 from the gun, or 8 or 9 from the gun, and then said person you were up on the approach, and you take your first couple steps, and then they throw the ball from the back of the lanes onto the lane next to you.
I did that too, yeah. I was 9 bagger from the gun, and I'm on the 7 and 8, and I was going on lane 8, and said bowler was finished their turn, and then instead of just pushing the reset button, they hucked the ball down lane 9, zooming past my leg on lane 9, and I just absolutely smashed the ball return, and I walked out of the bowling center. I took off my shoes and walked home that day. Yeah.
So it looks like Karie changed his angle for that last shot. It looks like he went a little bit right of center for that last one.
Big time.
That's kind of his big move normally.
Mm-hmm.
Just try something totally different.
Eric, I had that too in Red Deer. I threw 8, and then one of the guys that I was bowling with the whole time was like, "Did you put your money in? Did you put your money in, bro?" I was like, "The hell you think, man?"
What?
Nice shot.
Oh man, you know you're feeling it when you can get away with that shot. At that point, what's the point of even asking that question? I mean, you can't go in at that point, so either you're in or you're not.
Yeah.
Ask him after. That makes no sense.
Yeah. I've always had a dream that I'd throw one for the money and then just turn around and say, "Cheeseburgers on me, boys." Just something random, try to go viral. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get on the Jim Rome show.
Saw Dex throw 11 in a row and throw a brick and 11 or 12 for aces last year.
Well, it must have had some fingers if it got away with aces.
No, location was good.
Location was heavy as hell, that's for sure.
Oh, wow.
Right there. That's the curse.
Well, I
If
guess
he
that's
shakes his hand.
Hey, you know what? $3.99's up there still.
More than that.
Yeah, he's got more than that.
418, right?
Yep.
See, at this point, like, I know some people be like, "Oh man, don't want to waste my strikes when I don't need them." Now that he's, those kind of people that are like, "I don't want to waste them," because right, if you're going per game points.
Well, for sure, but I mean, do you want to do things to get away from that rhythm? The way I see it, just throw the same ball over and over and just try to keep that feeling.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about, you're in the league and then somebody's like, "Oh, same guys all the time." Those type of guys. It's just like, "Yeah, I don't want to throw any strikes." Right.
Wow, Kyle, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Block you from getting to your lane? That's unbelievable. It's the same thing, Brett, as those people who decide they don't want to warm up. I'm not going to warm up because I'll waste all my strikes.
Yeah, well, I mean,
we don't have a finite number of strikes.
I think it's Jeff Bourne who, he throws a bunch of strikes in practice before he goes. He pitches one just to.
That sounds like a Jeff Bourne thing.
Yeah. Well, what do you know about Jeff Bourne? You ever played him head to head?
You should be thankful that left corner was glued for one ball in that freaking match in Superior.
Well, what happened in your match? Brett was telling me that, what was the score?
I lost 253 to 258, but if I doubled in 10, I shut him out to win gold. And I buried a ball absolutely, I'd throw that ball 100 times and throw 99 strikes. And that was the one time I blew through for a left corner. And Jeff Bourne walked up and doubled to win.
Throws the second one and he starts hitting the question mark boxes above him to
yeah. I mean, good for him. I don't take anything away. That was good to watch him win it, but I was a little choked that corner didn't go.
Because you're telling me it was good to watch somebody take away your gold medal.
Well, he still played. He threw the shot. It's not like when I gave my great 10th frame against Lonnie at the TPC here, where I dumped 2 balls in 10 at no man's land.
I'm sorry. You know what? Cody played well and he beat me. I didn't enjoy watching him beat me. So I don't know where you come from that, but
that's because you never had a chance in that match.
Okay. All right.
I want the Cody.
And Tim's
hey.
What a great run for Ev there.
Yeah.
Tough finish. That ball looks really good right now.
Is that a 5-pin Universal Championship record? 366?
Yeah,
For sure.
Probably.
I think I had 340 something the first week.
So, yes.
Karie with the easiest 3 strikes of his life.
Yeah, but this is good. I mean, he's tried a different line. It's been far more successful from that side.
Yeah.
And even for Karie, that could carry over. Change of momentum that way. Karie strikes out. He's only down 1. It's really makes no difference, right? So.
30-1. He wants to cancel the between game interview and just keep bowling. Well, maybe.
Well, he got us to 200.
That's always my number. I never want to be like under 200.
Well,
I feel like
with the amount of
dummy when you
punches
do
he
that.
had there, and yeah,
Hey,
well,
it's a hard working 200.
Yeah, only kept it under 170 difference. That's good.
It's a good thing those 170 pins mean nothing after that game.
No, and that's where it comes down to, right?
absolutely.
Hold on.
Hey, buddy, good
Hold
game.
on. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
Happened in 10.
happening
Yeah.
10. I choked big time.
Fourth frame in, Hendrickson asked what the perfect game pot was. So
That wasn't me. That was you. Okay. Don't even throw me under the bus.
you go back and you look at it and you can say that guy fucked up.
Well,
And then you threw 2 or 3 more after that. So
Oh,
whatever, man.
I definitely down that 7th shot. It wasn't going to work out of the hand. It was bad.
the 7th shot or the 8th? The 8th.
Was it the 8th? I don't know how many I threw. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think you got the thick one in 7, and then you blew through in the one in 8. Yeah.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, you looked super comfortable. Obviously, it's like freewheeling it. Yeah, it looks super solid, and you look confident.
Thanks.
Karie, that line change is good. You looked
Yeah.
way better after the line change.
Yeah, one bad shot after that line change. So hopefully that's a great thing about this format, right?
Yeah,
He can throw lights out one game, and I still have a life. So
yeah. You lost by 166, and it just amounts to 1. Right. So whatever.
Yep.
No big deal that way.
yeah, the last half of that game was just looking for something. So
Oh, totally. And you know what? When he runs strikes like that, we talked about it too. That actually gives you the opportunity just to practice and find a line for yourself, rather than worrying about the match. So that's okay too. I mean, ultimately, that 10th frame is kind of the momentum you were kind of hoping for. You know, Evan gets his first, unsparable, and you start throwing some strikes there. So really, that's optimal for you to try to take advantage of that going into the next game.
yeah.
Any big changes coming up, Karie?
Nope, that was the change you seen all the way to the right.
You were going to point that question at Evan too?
No.
I was going to start throwing a backup from lane 13.
Yeah.
What about the shot shape? Are you back to your practice shot shape, or are you back to your old style from that angle?
For me, Adam, sorry.
Yeah.
From the far right, it's playing a backup instead of an end over end shot, so a little bit different shot shape. Just trying to get a little bit more angle and just not being so heavy on the middle, obviously.
I like it. Any changes on your side, Ev?
Not overly. Everything felt pretty good, so just try to keep rolling.
Yeah,
Try not to do
360
too
is
much.
nothing to shake a stick at. Hey
Yeah,
guys,
one shot that wasn't pocket, right?
I got the 200. That was the max.
We were proud of you too.
Brad was too. He's like, that's a milestone. That's what he told us.
All right, well, you guys ready for round 2?
You bet.
Sounds good.
All right, well, go get her.
Sounds good.
Well, yeah, you see Kathy there telling an old story about getting the 448 and getting the corner cut off for. I think that's I think Holdsworth has one of those too, right?
I have one like that too. Yeah. I have
Did you
one
get
at
the
home.
corner pin?
Yeah, I have the 44 lane one at Bonnie or 43, 44.
Man, oh man.
I bet
Yeah.
she threw it a good ball though, Tim. There's a difference.
I think
Wow.
Kathy. I think Kathy likes me. So, yeah.
When is the Tim Wiseman, Adam Weber 1K match going down here?
He already
That-
bailed on it.
No, it's actually a 2K.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
It's 10K. So you know what he is? Adam's a bully. He's about money, so he's going after the guy that doesn't have any money. He's on Serb.
You guys should play for the deeds of your house.
Just give him 4% of Sherwood Lanes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's play for Sherwood Lanes. I don't have any part of that, so that's perfect.
No, Timmy already bailed on that one though.
No, I played you for 1,000 already.
Yeah,
You-
no,
you-
that's why I said let's play for 2.
You know what
No.
the hardest part, Adam, was that Adam, you were butthurt, and you couldn't understand why you lost the Bradley. And I understood it was a tough defeat. So that's what happened.
Okay,
So,
guys. But let's take 2 minutes and hug it out and move on.
Ooh.
Oh, no perfect game.
I don't think he even hit that head pin. I think the momentum of the ball going past it just knocked it down.
Yeah.
So, Bradley, either of these guys, the shots they're throwing got you quaking yet, or still feeling pretty good about it?
It is what it is. Everybody has the good games. Everybody has the bad games. I'm not really concerned or worried about any of it. If anything, you'd have Karie's the one I'd be more mentally concerned about because I've beat Karie twice in my life and I've played him a lot more than that number.
Okay.
And then Evan, I grew up bowling against, so I couldn't even tell you with that one.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, right? I mean, and just how things are happening at the time, it's really hard to even worry about what somebody does a game before because that can change really quick.
Oh, yeah.
That first shot, Karie put it right into the line. Not what he was looking for, but hey, that's a good spot for it.
I think we pumped him up too much about how good he looked when he switched lines. I was thinking that it was just going to happen for him. He just needed to line up and it was going to be a strike automatically.
Well, I think Evan felt the same too. I mean, he barely hit the middle, but it looked like he was expecting a strike out of it. So
yeah.
All right, let's see a good shot out of Karie here. There you go.
Great reaction.
It sounded really good from my vantage point.
Yeah, super clean out of the hand. Great reaction at the other end, and he looked confident throwing it, so hopefully that's the start of it.
Well, he even gave it the Fonzie 2 thumbs up after he threw it. Hey, that's the one. So I want to give a special shout out to Rob Wolfson for taking his medicine and actually doing the post-game interview after he lost. I don't think anybody's done that yet except for him. I'm going to say it's pretty solid. I had a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, and I feel for the guy because that guy puts his heart and soul into the game, and the guy works and works and works, and then you know what? He had such a phenomenal year this year, and he broke through in Regina, and then broke through in Masters, and made the Masters team. It didn't end up getting to go to Nationals, and then he was super excited to play, and you know it's a weird situation. It's the middle of summer. You don't have a whole lot of reps in. And then you get thrown into a situation where you're doing this, and you have, people are watching every motion and commentating on it, and there's literally nobody in the bowling alley when he's doing it, but you still feel all those eyes on you, and I think they were both a lot more nervous than they expected. And man, do I feel for that guy because, he was pretty heartbroken about how he played, but. It's not a knock on who he is as a person and who he is as a competitor. It's just a weird situation, and sometimes things just don't go your way.
Ooh. I think we got something cooking now.
Oh, 2 really good shots by Evan. Obviously a great answer by Karie. Really think this is going to be a super important shot for the rest of his match here.
Yeah, I'd like to see Karie throw this one and actually put a little bit of pressure onto Evan and see what happens. Ooh. He even got away with that one too. That went to right pocket, and he's been hitting left side. So he's got some room for error right now. That's good to see.
He's got the little "ooh, maybe I got it" smile on his face.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Evan is actually quite an accomplished slow pitch player too. Last year, his Alberta team went to the Softball Canada Championships and came second, which is insane. That's the top level of slow pitch in the country is the men's Canadian Championship. And yeah, his Alberta team finished second. Unfortunate that he just chucked that head pin, but
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? I mean, there's Karie. He actually gets a turkey, he puts it together, and now he's starting to force Evan to throw shots and throw nothing but strikes. So, but a little bit more than just going out there and hucking balls.
Brett, we're kind of excited. Evan actually put a team of ball players together on Thursday night, so from his mixed team. So it'd be kind of nice to get those guys involved in bowling a little bit because they're all pretty talented.
oh yeah. You some of those softball players, just the footwork and just the sports mentality translates pretty well to the sport of bowling. So, Mike's saying he also went to Florida to play for Canada West, so he's even traveling and going to the States to play. I mean, that's for a guy who's 24. That's unbelievable. I mean, he almost hit 500 at the Canadian Championships, which is pretty good, especially for such a young guy.
Yeah.
From my understanding, he also had a potential scholarship for baseball is it Texas, Tim? Was it Texas?
Texas,
Yeah, that's
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, heck of an
Junior
athlete.
college.
Great follow-up.
The pins just kind of roll out and do when you're throwing at that ball speed too.
Yeah,
Really
the
rolling
5-inch keeps it down.
Yeah, the 5-inch plays into that big time for sure.
Can definitely see the athleticism come through in these guys, just like that, them using their hand-eye to get it there. It's
So,
And-
but sorry, go ahead, Dex.
For those who don't know, Karie is also an accomplished baseball player too. Was he not? Was he drafted, Tim? Drafted by
the Brewers, actually.
Brewers, yeah. So they're both very good ball players.
He was drafted by the Brewers, and he blew out his shoulder, and then that was it.
I want to say Karie was also a pretty good golfer too when he was growing up.
ooh, you've got the point going on that one.
Doesn't want to pull. And the other interesting thing about Karie being drafted by the Brewers, and I don't know how many people actually a couple of years ago.
Well, looks like Dexter's entered the Matrix.
Great pickup.
Super interesting fact, Dexter. Thank you for sharing.
Well, I'm just saying, like for a guy to be able to be
No, we didn't even say that. You got
being legally blind, like that to me is incredible.
Oh, that was what your amazing fact was. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh, did I?
You did.
Yeah. So he had eye surgery a couple of years ago, and he is no longer legally blind. But for the fact that he was drafted by a team legally blind for something that you have to react to in a fraction of a second is pretty crazy. Wow.
Imagine how good he would have been if his eyes were perfectly healthy, right?
Oh, exactly. Crazy thought. That was a really good shot by Evan. We haven't seen him throw too many shots to the right-hand side. It was pretty flush pocket to pick up the spare and move on because he's going to need it at this point.
We were noticing in practice there, some of the pins were coming down a little wobbly, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was just off a hair.
So this Peace Glass Championship that Evan won a few years ago, was that the one where Johnstone called him a bastard because he beat him in the finals? Is that the one?
I don't know. It was the one that was in Fort St. John. I can't remember who he actually faced in the finals, truthfully.
I want to say it was Johnstone because he called him a bastard during the Tour Championships the year that Evan was in it. So I'm just going to go on a limb and say it was Old Man Johnstone.
That very well could be it. I know the crew that went up all had a part of each other. So the deal was it was $10,000 for first place, and I believe there were 6 guys. So first place would get $5,000, and the other 5 guys would get $1,000 apiece whoever won, if anybody of their crew won. Yeah. So okay, Mike confirmed. Yeah. I just remember Aaron Art being pretty upset about it because I believe Aaron had the same pact with Mark, and they were all rooming in the same room, and they all got left out of the money.
Another great shot by Karie there.
Yeah, he definitely seems dialed in. He's found his timing. He's found his rhythm, and again, he's got room for errors. So that's a good sign.
Well, People's Champ isn't out of it though. Still 3 frames
Not at
to
all.
go. A lot of pins that can be left, and a lot of pins that can be gained.
Absolutely, and he's down at even 45. So
Look at that speed.
yeah, we got to teach our pin chaser how to run. That's quite the jog he's got going on there.
No, that was pretty good form. Nice straight back. You don't want him hunching.
Oh, none. You'll watch on the way back. His arms kind of dangle out in front of him.
T-Rex runner.
Yeah.
He'd probably go around.
Shoulder super tense. Tries to run on the treadmill for 10 minutes, and why do my shoulders hurt? You need to relax while you're running. You know why Tim isn't running, Mark. He's a boss. He's got people to do it for him.
Great shot.
Like, unless the guy has a bar hidden in the back, he is not running for anything. Yeah, that's another really good shot from Karie.
Jim Head getting his digs in on Dexter.
Yeah, they haven't really left a whole lot of corners either there, Jim. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure they've all been right corners, and I am absolute money on right corners.
Important shot here for Evan. Good answer.
Keeps it entertaining.
Yeah. Anything can happen in a single ball here right now, that's for sure.
Especially both working on doubles.
Yep.
So I would argue that the 2017 run that Karie had, winning back-to-back tour titles, I would say it was one of the top years that guys have had playing. I mean, Adams had his run, basically being in the mix and winning a couple and all that. But that little stretch from like Regina through to Red Deer through to, winning Calgary, that was a really good stretch. We don't really see that too often on the tour.
Very similar to Brad's. Didn't you have 2 or 3 wins season?
So the first year we ran the tour, I won Calgary, which I was really good at it, Evan. I won Calgary, which was the first time I played Calgary, which was fun. And then punched in 10 to lose the A-side finals to Karie. And then I was graduating that year, so I couldn't make Regina, and then went to Red Deer and won Red Deer against Jen in the finals.
Well, thank you. I was going to mention all that when you were bowling, but hey, let's fanboy over you right now. It's not even your match.
I was asked a question. I oblige. People's Champion took 3 weeks to get on. I'm just such a genuinely nice guy. I made it in the first week that they opened it to the world.
You'd rather be the real champion than the People's Champion, right?
Yep. It makes up for the no money in the bank account from school I had.
It makes more money. You're 100% correct.
Well, these are crucial pins right now for Karie because who knows what can happen now. It's definitely in Evan's hands. Evan can shut him out regardless of what happens or have the opportunity to win regardless of what happens. But those are big pins. And now, Karie's got to go out and try to focus on throwing that.
That's not true, Dex. He's still got 3-3-2 out.
Yeah, he does.
Does it?
Evan's got
340 plus.
3-4. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Good bowling math there, Weber.
I'm on a laptop.
Still, spare strike here would force him to have a good 10th frame. Don't want to just let him cruise.
Yeah.
Want to make a mark.
Oh no.
Well, get that 300 and get out.
Well, he's going to be pretty upset about that.
Yeah, because that was a really well bowled game, all things considered, until that 10th frame really got away from him.
Yeah.
Even 9 was close.
Yeah, 9's one of those shots that if you get really, really lucky, it could go, but just 10 seemed nowhere.
Big runoff here. Big runoff for the big shot. Woo-hoo-hoo! You see that big back kick there, eh?
Wow, what a great shot. Great moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Congrats, Evan.
That's why he's the people's champ. He lets his emotions show. He wears them on his sleeve, man. You gotta love that.
I don't want to know what you classify my emotions as, then.
I've never seen you rip shirts, though.
Evan's also double my size, so that's a different comparison.
I guess.
I just want to see a good match where you throw a good shot on 15, you do like the down punch to the left, sliding on the left knee, you know? One of those ones.
A solid 700. Yeah.
707 generally doesn't hurt.
Yeah. All right, well, let's bring in Karie here.
Just strictly outclassed, boys.
Hey, you know what? You played really good that game. 9 was close. I mean, obviously, I know you're gonna be disappointed in 10, but with Evan, striking out, that makes it a little bit easier because
even if I couldn't shut him out.
But. Yeah, exactly. But hey, that was a way better thrown game. You had tons of momentum going in that.
Yeah, Tim.
Just frame 9 was just the bad one. Just got a little lazy on it.
Yeah, and that even still had a chance.
Yeah.
It just didn't go. Hey.
Hello.
Another great game, Ev.
Thank you.
A lot of pins left out there, though, so what's up with that?
I don't know, man. I tried my best.
Incredible bowling. That was awesome.
Thank you.
You can't really say much more than that when you shoot 707 for 2. So I'm assuming you're going to keep the same line for your next match with Brad.
That's the plan. Fingers crossed.
Brad, what are you going to do to try to slow him down?
I'll throw more strikes.
That was my plan. It didn't work out.
Yeah. You're going to try to shoot 708 for 2, or?
I'll win it with the 25-point swing. That's the game plan.
Whoever fist pumps and yells the loudest is going to take this one, boys.
That should be a loud match. Yeah,
so the next match is going to be 3 games for every match win, but total pinfall across the board.
All
right. I'm expecting absolute massive scores out of you two right now.
It's got potential.
Just throw some balls underhand and hope for the best.
Yeah, try to avoid the overhand ones.
Yeah, those ones don't play nice.
Any parting words, Karie?
Nope. Just obviously not sharp, and Evan is clearly throwing bombs. That's if I was a betting man right now, Evan's got momentum, but Bradley's definitely proven to be tough to beat. So,
what was your thought process going into 10 there? First ball 10.
For my?
Yeah.
Hit the side of the middle.
Simple, nice.
Yeah, I just tried to make sure I had a little bit better roll on it, but missed my spot, missed rights, and then wasn't really thinking about the spare too much. I knew Evan just needed a mark to pass me no matter what. So,
all right,
it is what it is. It wasn't like you bowled bad that game. It's just kind of the nature of bowling.
Yep.
Brad, you want to go out there and start throwing some warm-up balls?
Yeah, I should probably do that.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, talk to you guys later. Oh, yeah.
All right. Good luck, Brett.
Right.
Still can't get used to that goatee, man. That's
Evan, what's your best double ever?
Oh, I don't, 7 something. I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I don't keep
So
amazing
close.
track of it. I think it's like 7.5.
7.5 then. Okay. That's
I think
It's got to
so.
be bigger than 707 for sure.
It was the year I shot that 447. I went like pretty big back to back. I don't really know. It was a long time ago. I was young.
You get that punch back in punch back from 10. All of a sudden you're right there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. That was a tough ball. I laid it down. I didn't get much rotation on it. Out of the hand, it was bad. You're like, oh, well, that's the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Just hoping I got lucky.
You
I
had
don't know
a
if that
fair.
had a lot to do with how you did that match.
Yeah, exactly. When you hit the pocket that much, luck doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you just got that. Oh shit, Sarah, Karie, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Well earned.
All right, Ethel, you should probably get out there.
Okay.
Get ready for that next match, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so who's our bet, Brett? Who are we taking?
You know what? I'll let you do the honors. Who do you want?
I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna take Brad.
Okay, perfect. People's champ.
just,
Do it.
just for you, buddy. $10 again.
Sure.
All right.
Out on a limb, a 2-time reigning champion. Out on a limb.
Yeah, big limb, right?
Well, it's hard to bet against a guy who just shot 715. Like,
For sure.
but I'm hoping that him sitting around for a little while is gonna, change that momentum in my favor.
They're young. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my 6-pack of beer there, Mark.
All right, well, I'm going to get another beer.
Good call. We still don't have AGD on tap.
I know.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw Evan throw was the first cash tournament I ever played in, which was Regina. I want to say 2015 or 2016. And I made the consolation. Awesome, right? Like, I'm pumped that I get to have a chance of just having a bowl a high triple. So I come out and I bowled really well. Like, I threw 920 for 3. And he was, because you move the 3 lanes in the Regina consolation, right? So the last game, he's ahead of me by 40 or something going to the last game. And we were just going strike for strike beside each other. And I eventually plowed, and he threw like 3 more in a row, ended up with 1,000 something. And I finished third. I didn't even finish second. My 920 was beat by a 940, and Evans 1,000 something. It was insane. It was awesome.
And it's funny because it's like that every single year. Every year in Regina, like, in order for you to win that consolation, you need to shoot mid-9 to 1,000 to do it. It's crazy.
They're ready to start there, boys.
Are they? Beautiful. Oh, they are.
I mean, most exciting consolation was when Coburn knew exactly what he needed to win and threw an absolute beauty and 10 to take it. Was that last year or was that the year before?
The year before. Because he was watching me. I ended up shooting 9-0. And he thought he just had to beat me, but I forget what her name was. She shot 920 something.
Oh, I'm trying to remember who it was.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but yeah, then Brandon threw the ball he needed to pass me, and then threw the next one, not really paying that much attention, but he needed that one too. But yeah, he finished clutch. It was big.
For some reason, I remember Coburn bowling in sandals at one point in his career. Am I crazy? Okay, yeah, he did.
No, I mean, you are crazy, but that's not why.
Yeah, it's not my memory that makes me insane.
No, keeps him slow. That's for sure.
Yeah, and he did it for a long time.
Ooh, chopped cherry.
And it wasn't even like, like gladiator sandals. It was like straight up flip flops. Like,
Yeah, I think Chelsea's right. I think it was Corley.
Yes.
That's really going to eat it, Brad. That chopped cherry has been kind of his nemesis throughout this show. And then watching Evan throw another bomb.
Have you guys been dealing with the first frame just being off the screen just a little bit?
yeah.
Oh, I could have fixed that for you.
Yeah.
Not like my bowling was ending good. Ooh, bad miss on there too.
I was going to say that, Eric, that when I saw him bowling in the sandals, it was the free fall finale at Rossmere. I mean, talking about another guy who had a dominant run, Eric Jose.
Oh, yeah. I was going to bring that up too. Yeah. Did he win back-to-back tournaments last year?
I thought he came second in the one.
Was it?
Yeah, came second.
Yeah.
Lost to oh wow, I'm drawing a blank here.
Was it Victor?
Yeah, right.
Yes. Look at Mark getting feisty in the chat, eh?
Like Mark, like it's a Wednesday night, dude. Sober up.
Hey, if we need to have somebody come on the broadcast and absolutely declare their love for the bowlers that are playing, we'll get you on, Mark. Yes, I understand Jennifer is the GOAT. Yes, I understand she should be in the Hall of Fame. Yes, she's amazing. I mean, it was great. And honestly, those matches, the Friday night one, that first match, insane between Hurst and Jennifer. That match was awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
First power chop out of Evan.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't get his wheels spinning too much.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, that's the first time we've seen that reaction from any of his shots. So maybe just a change of rotation a little, or maybe he just put it in just an odd spot. But it's the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, my dad. Speaking of Eric, my dad always talks about when we were at Sherwood for the first time, and Eric threw the perfect game, and I guess my dad, because he's a super social guy, waltzes over to him and says, "What are you going to do with the money?" I think Eric said something sensible, like, "I'll just save it." I'll save it.
Ooh.
What is all this garbage?
It probably still would have beat you, Karie.
Yeah, fair.
This is game one. Game two, maybe not. Game one, yeah.
Just needed 201.
Hey, if he gave me an opening early, you never know.
So, Karie, you were drafted by the Brewers. What position were you coming up through the pipe?
I was drafted as pitcher, but I was infielder all through high school, college.
Oh wow! What could you throw?
I maxed out like 88.
Still, Greg Maddox made a career out of throwing 88.
Yeah, but he also threw a knuckleball, and I can't do that.
Maddox threw a knuckleball?
Early in his career. Later, he threw nothing but sliders and slow curves.
Sinkers.
Well,
slow sinkers.
the guy was just able to pick his spots so well, right? And did you watch Karie bowl today? Sorry, Karie.
Ooh. Got the hop.
That's a really big shot. Already, that's a big shot, I don't know how many openings Evan's going to give him, so take him when you can and put some pressure on right away.
Yeah, kind of lay that one down, get a super thin left pocket, and get the J-Brains. Got some bad calls out there today, Karie.
I don't think there's a single bad break for me out there. Just bad bowling.
Did he get a haircut for today? You bet your ass I'm going to ask him.
I don't think he did. He cleaned up his what do you call that, a beard, a goatee, whatever the hell you call it. He did clean that up.
Face caught in a wetback.
Really big shot there, though. Man.
Well, let's see if he throws him right back at him. This is what we need. We need these made-for-TV matches.
Could have just been the momentum shift that Brad was looking for.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, at this point, Brad's going to be at least tied, but he's already got a mark in hand in 4, so definitely the answer he needed.
15, right? He'd be up. Yeah, he'd be up 15 if they is it 15 and 3?
10.
10, yeah. Oh, boy.
Definitely looking a little quick.
I wore him out, guys. I wore him out.
I don't know how. He only threw like 15 balls a game.
Cindy with the big idea down there saying should do a slow pitch tournament for bowlers. You know what? You could do it for a YBC fundraiser. Probably make a couple bucks for the youth programs.
Definitely. We could probably live stream that too, honestly.
Sherwood Park have nice diamonds?
We do in a few places, yeah. Centennial Park is really nice.
All right, let's see if he makes an adjustment after being so thick the last 3 frames.
Well, it's battling a little adversity. What do you think he changes?
Maybe he tries to get a little bit more roll on it. I think he kind of plunked that last one down.
Yeah, and he didn't look solid at the line at all, so you're probably right that he's getting a little bit quick with his feet.
Oh, my goodness.
Certainly looked better at the line.
Yeah, far more solid. Kathy, yeah. Actually, all of our leagues are starting next week, which is crazy. But yeah, they are starting up. It'll be an interesting look. It'll be a little bit different. But yeah, all of our leagues are starting, and we'll see how next week goes. It'll be interesting. It'll be weird getting our feet wet with that. Not going to lie, a little bit nervous about it, but it'll be okay. It's just everyone's got to have a little bit of patience to start, I think. But
thanks, Robert. I noticed that he's throwing more balls this game.
Yeah, I think it'll be like anything else, Dexter. Everything else that started up during this COVID-19 era, like it'll be a little bit rough at first, but and just knowing how professional you guys are with the TPC, I'm sure you'll have all the things in place, and eventually it'll just be smooth. It'll be like second nature. It'll be like a sort of normal in a not normal time, right? So I'm
totally.
Sure lots of people are super excited to be coming back to the lanes.
They are, yeah. You know what? It's been pretty positive. It's been pretty receptive. And everybody understands that there's going to be changes, and it's going to be weird, and it's going to be different. But ultimately, I think people are just happy to do something. You know, the amount of people who are coming is like, oh my God, I am so excited to come back and bowl, just so that you can see people and socialize with people. And it's been a long haul here, and there's no real good end in sight, but at least we can have a start at something and pretend that it's semi-normal for a while.
So Flyers fan Mark Miller with a question for the commentators. You punch a head pin, which 5 are you going for first? Isn't that just a classic backup hook kind of thing? People usually go to give them the best chance at a spare?
Yeah, I mean, I'll pretty much always go for the right side first, truthfully. And mostly because I don't cherry the 3-pin or as much on the right hand side. I'll cherry it more often on the left than I will on the right, so I'm just going for a better count. But I do have the opportunity to spin the 3-pin across a little bit better on the right-hand side, too.
Yeah, with the curve going away from the 3-pin, right, going towards the deuce, you're more likely to carry it than when your backup's cutting against the lane when you're going to the left side, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I don't agree with that logic at all. I always shoot for the right side, and I've spared head pins that way, throwing a hook ball. So,
for sure,
that's right.
I've definitely spared far more splits spinning it across and head pins spinning it across, shooting at the right side first than I have with the left. Though I have it lined to do it from the left hand side, but I can naturally do it a little bit easier from the right hand side.
I mean, you also have the benefit of a lot more speed than us.
Speed doesn't matter.
What, for making pins fly around?
No, you don't need the backboard to spare that stuff.
I don't know what's going on with Mark tonight, but man,
Oh boy.
I wonder if, like, you know, all the times doing the Calgary show right now, he feels left out and he needs to like be part of the show.
He's taking a page out of my book, just chirping in the chat.
Yeah, I guess you're not doing it. Somebody has to, right? We have to get to 100 comments somehow.
A bigger question: what's happening to Evan here? This is a pinfall match. He needs to figure his stuff out here fast.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's progress there with that first shot in 6, but I'm sure Jim Head is pretty upset about the fact that Evan just missed that corner.
I didn't miss the one. I only had one.
I know. He made us all aware that nobody missed a corner.
Threw a couple 3-pins, but oh, Evan.
So Kathy, they've AHS has devised a bowling specific cohort family thing. It was 50 for all sports, but bowling has its own specific one now, where your cohort family is only your team, but allows you to be in multiple cohorts if need be. So you can play multiple leagues if you need. So no, there really isn't a limit at 50 people. We just have to be able to socially distance to the other teams. So we're doing that by still running split shifts, which would keep us under the 50 limit anyways. But even with 5-player teams, you're still looking at, distancing really easy, having one 5-player team on a set of lanes. You should have lots of space from the team next to you. So that's how we're doing it. It's going to be different in every province, no matter where you go.
Yeah, Bradley's really putting pretty good game here together.
Yeah, he's really trying to put the boots to him early, get that early lead, and just step up.
Absolutely. I mean, if he throws the next couple strikes, he could be up like 100 plus 25 in the first game. That's massive.
Good news for Evan, though. At least he stopped the bleeding.
Yeah.
I know Scott had a question earlier about which side is better for Evan. It's definitely the right pocket. He gets away with a lot of left shots, but his right pocket is bread and butter for sure.
That's another good shot from Brad. And solid at the line, too.
Thin going away. That's usually his death shot.
Kathy, rotating lanes. Because we're doing a team on each set, they will still be alternating lanes. The only one that's different is actually our Sunday match. We're having all 16 teams play at the same time because we are allowed to do it with the way AHS has set up, able to alternate lanes on that. So we're going to have our odd team sit down below, and the even team will stand up top so that they're away from everybody, but they will not be alternating lanes. They'll be playing on their own lane.
Oh, boy.
Pick one.
There's
Could
that
be the
roll he
one.
was looking for.
Could be the one that gets him going.
And that's a really important shot for him right now, too.
Karie's not going to yank the reins from him so abruptly. Come on now.
Do you think that I would give up my rein that easily?
I think Mark needs to stick to jumping on bandwagons of winning teams and leave the show to other people. Ooh.
Good shot, too.
Pretty good reaction in the left pocket there.
Yeah. Did we lose the sound near the lanes?
I had it muted because it was picking up everything else around there. We couldn't even hear us talk. And then and when Karie was talking, we were picking up Karie's mic, but Karie went away and muted his mic, so I put the lanes back on.
I'm looking for a big shot and a down left punch here onto lane 14. Wait, there's people bowling on 13. You might not do it. Oh,
great shot.
Wrong
it's an
move.
Absolute peach and just jacked right up. I love it.
I don't like the move, though. Great shot, poor post-shot move. Did not like that one at all.
It's better than Tim's fist pumps. Have you ever seen Tim's fist pumps?
Nope. Only time I ever watched them bowl was in the Masters finals versus Lakehawks. So wasn't a lot of joy to be had there.
I still think Tim shot was something like, 570, 580 or something for two there. Just Lakehawks was on fire.
I just remember, we want some code. I just remember that the entire time. Uh-oh. So Evan's maxing out at 268, so we can't catch him for the bonus. But, I mean, to be within 60 or 70 pins would be a lot better than what it could be right now.
Absolutely. These next couple shots for Evan are going to be massive. But it gives him a real opportunity to get right back into this match.
First ball especially.
So what's so awkward about Tim's fist pumps? Dexter, describe it to me.
When everybody gets back in, well, it's kind of like his wrist isn't solid. It's down, and he kind of, I don't know. Yeah. When we have our interviews, I'll show you.
Okay. Does he do kind of like a sideways, like down fist pump, like he's going to punch himself in the thigh or something? Like I don't. Kind of imagine what you're describing.
No, yeah, you're gonna have to just.
We'll need a demo. We'll need a demo for sure.
There's much worse out there.
That is true.
There are some awkward ones. He likes it.
Ooh,
Nice.
Right pocket got away with it, just like Karie predicted. Hey,
It's starting to get that roll back.
I don't even think that's getting away with it. I think that's just a money shot. You want to be there.
I think my favorite fist pump is the Holdsworth puts the fist in front of his face and starts like yelling at his fingers.
Oh, I thought you meant trying to eat his fist.
The fist eater, yeah.
That's his good one.
Really big shot here for Evan as well.
You put it.
Grab my strong hand. Not yours.
Yeah, you nailed it there, Kyle.
I mean, that's not awful running for him. At least he's got the shoulders moving a little bit.
Yeah, he's been working on it. I had a chat with him.
Just reach him out. Hey, come in here for a second. We need to talk about your running technique. You look like you're on the last mile of a marathon. You just got here. Pick it up. Pep
That's
up,
right.
everybody.
Lift the knees. Lift the knees.
Yeah. So, interesting fact: Lacoursiere is French for the courier, which could also be called the messenger, which is apt considering how much he sends those pins flying around, how many messengers he gets when he's rolling.
When did you look that up?
I mean, je parle un petit peu français. But
Okay, fair. I think there's a lot more French-speaking people in Winnipeg than there is here.
then in Berta.
Yeah.
I've always called that messenger the sentinel. Just sounds better.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's right.
All right, well.
Gets within 80.
55, right? Oh, yeah. Plus
Yeah.
5, yep.
So 323 to 243.
Yeah, that could have been much, much worse.
I think he'll probably be feeling all right about it, considering all the strife he faced in the middle of the game there.
Yeah, nice solid finish for him.
Yeah, it could have been much worse than that. So that's really good.
Literally just said that.
Dexter was busy typing. It's fine.
How's that
Hey
game?
guys.
Right?
Even
Yeah.
Tim's back.
Yeah. Well, good bowling, Brad. Like, fantastic game again. I know you didn't want that punch at 10, but
Yeah. It was a good 7 frames.
yeah, absolutely. Evan, good answer. That could have been a runaway real early, so good for you to bring that back.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh well.
What happened in the middle there, Evan?
Oh, I just started cranking it. Like I was really trying to throw it hard for some reason. I don't know why. Started really getting my hand over top of the ball, and it was just cutting in way too fast. It wasn't holding its line.
Were you at the line quick?
I felt like I've been finding lately I've been getting too big of a backswing, and I've been throwing it hard. And when I do that, I tend to pull it across my body, and that's when I start punching. And then when I figured out to dial it back, then we were good, like I did in the last 3 frames there. But that's why we play 3 games and not 1, right?
Attaboy, that's the attitude.
True.
Absolutely. 80 point difference is nothing in 2 games.
No.
So, I mean, ask Karie. He was down 160 after 1 game. Yeah.
I was down 1 point.
Sorry, my bad.
So when you threw that 4-bagger, Bradley, why did you decide to go with the jump back low fist pump rather than the left knee sliding punch down to the left? I was really looking for that.
I'm trying to think of how I threw that one.
You had the momentum going left after you threw it. You had the chance.
There's a couple of young kids playing 2 sets over. I maybe didn't want to scare them.
I want to hear him scream. I want you to go flying at him, double knee, and I just want to hear him go, ah!
Maybe the next game I'll bring that shot out.
Attaboy.
Dexter, you have an obligation to the audience here.
So he does this. Yeah. and he wasn't even here for that conversation. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I got the check. I got the heads up.
Yeah, so as long as you guys fist pump better than that, you guys are doing okay.
We see you from the map
You were talking about Tim, right?
himself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, guys. Well, good luck game 2, and keep throwing lots of bombs.
Yes, sir.
Go get it, guys. Sorry, Tim. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus. Yes, I did.
100%.
You know what? I think it's just Brett's influence because you would never have done that if Brett wasn't on here.
Yeah, that's a complete lie.
Hey, man, we're trying to give people an insight into the personality of the people on this broadcast. And if you got an awkward fist bump, you got an awkward fist bump. Clean it up. Watch some Tiger Woods footage. And
Lock the wrist.
Lock the wrist.
Don't
let it
go in.
Hey, just don't be Steve William in that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Len. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
I mean, to describe it, it was like a close to the shoulder T-Rex punch more than a fist pump.
I mean, a T-Rex punch does sound intimidating, and that is not even close to what that is.
Tim, is that the same way you shook Pete Rose's hand, or?
No, that was Johnstone.
Oh yeah.
You know what? That was Mark Johnstone. Mark
Yep.
Johnstone.
Bradford, once we had one table break, we took out all the tables because we just don't trust anyone anymore. So one person ruined it for everybody.
Hey, anybody out there looking for a new countertop? Check out Cutting Edge. Right? Is that his business?
Yeah,
Did I get it? All right, good plug.
I think that's what it is.
I pay attention, man.
Yeah, you do. I'm actually impressed.
Whoa! Just trying to help you out, Bradford.
Ooh.
Relax.
I'm pretty sure he's referring to me.
Great shot by Ev.
It is in fact Cutting Edge countertops. That's fantastic.
Just the blow through, eh?
Yeah, it's gonna happen when he's coming in a little bit from the left hand side, and he's hitting. If he hits thin on the right with that ball speed and the 312 ball, it's gonna go straight through that front face of that 3-pin.
Yeah, when Len was a kid, you had to take the VHS out after it was done recording and rewind it to the perfect spot. And
When he was a kid, it was video disc.
hope that.
Real.
Yeah, you know what, Bradford? It's not because of that. It's because we're friends on Facebook and you're always pumping your business, man. I'm not looking at your. Actually, we have bowled together quite a bit in Regina for some reason or another. Just I don't know. Beards come together, I guess. All right. The courier coming up here. Get a big 30 count to start it off. Ooh, I like that out of his hand.
Wow.
Oh, tough break.
Not the corner I was expecting if there was one.
Absolutely.
I think he just went Sherwood under his breath.
Well, if they'd ever do their tensions.
We'll start next week.
Leagues are back.
Yeah.
Great pickup. Two really solid frames. I think Evan will be very happy with those shots either way.
You know who else would be really happy with those shots too? Jim Head. I'm just going to call him out on every corner spare at this point.
He's stopped watching. It's past his bedtime. That slow start first game. We'll see you can get it going early here.
Ooh.
Another corner. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty heavy. That was really high. But that 3-pin slid into the gutter in a way that could have pulled. So
Just had the nice crack sound to it.
yeah, absolutely.
You guys get string
That scoreboard looks so much better, boys.
Man. We got to put you back in charge.
I think he is. Mark would be happy.
Yeah, where did Mark go? Mark's been real quiet for the last 15 seconds.
He probably passed out.
Excitement's too much for him, eh? Have a glass of warm milk and hit the hay, bud. Oh, no, there he is.
Oh, big thick one there.
Yeah.
Did he just mock Tim's fist bump there by holding his hand? Like, don't do the Tim. Don't do the Tim.
Could be right.
Yeah, they're both playing that high line right now, eh? Just going in for the crackers.
You want some cheese with that?
Wow.
Oh my God. No one can see me right now, but I face palmed so hard.
If I wasn't wearing a hat, my palm would have went right through my forehead after that joke. That's the game, though, right? When these guys are playing so thick.
Yep.
I don't know. Are we going to continue doing this every Wednesday, boys? Have we figured that out?
I believe at the moment we should have space.
Yeah.
So it is definitely an opportunity still.
So what's the big refusal for Paradise Lanes to get the new bottoms? They don't want to be like the cool kids, or what?
It's actually, well, it was mostly a Calgary thing. So there was a period of time where Edmonton was like everybody switched to black bases, and in Calgary everybody switched to synthetic lanes, but nobody wanted to switch to the black bases. And really, I think the only place that does have black bases in Calgary now is Toppler. And you watch Toppler go from, no offense if Stacy's watching, but from the hardest center in Calgary to probably the best pinfall in Calgary in a year. A little bit of oil and the black bases, and all of a sudden, things can change really quick. So, Mark Miller, the black bases were not designed for the top 2% of bowlers. The black bases were designed for everybody to make it easier to knock them over.
So, Mark, I got a question for you, Mark. POA is 90%, and top 2 bowlers is 2%. What's the other 8%? I'm trying to figure out what the other 8% is, Mark.
Oh, meantime, those are 2 really good shots for these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Evan's shot was great. Brad answered really quick, and that's a big answer too, because that keeps him, building on his lead that he already has.
If he throws this one, he could run the sheet.
There you go. There's your fist bump.
Yeah, let's do it.
That got Brett out of his chair.
Stuck at 225, eh?
You know what I found when with our senior bowlers that they started getting a little bit more carry and a little bit more enjoyment from their getting those extra couple strikes a day when those black bases came out,
Absolutely.
Think about the seniors, Mark. Quit being so selfish.
Yeah, Mark's an 8%er.
If you had black bases, you wouldn't be at 225.
That's right. It's funny. All it is like basically the difference is it's just, you have a 3-pin roll into the 2-pin and it just goes.
It probably increased our pinfall by like 12 pins on average.
Yeah, I'd say it around there.
Yeah.
Boys, I think this match is picking up.
Yeah, this is what we're looking for, right?
Both
Just
starting to feel it.
Tons of strikes.
Hey, you know what? I think we're losing sight of a really great match arguing with Mark Miller,
Calgary's just trying to be relevant again. You guys got Fridays and Sundays.
Is there a lane oil shortage in BC?
Yes, it's not the truth, eh?
Heritage and Red Deer can send some your way.
Yeah, just wipe their lane with a rag and mail it to them.
Yeah.
Big shot here for Evan. You know
Almost
what?
a 12.
That's an okay result. It came in pretty high. It's not a punch that could have turned into a split. I would be okay with that chop off at that point, and just be sure of the spare.
Just a pure adrenaline shot right there. You tell it's a reaction at the end of the lanes. Really important spare.
Absolutely.
Easy.
Yeah, no doubt about it either.
Even Chinook finally realized that they had too much oil out there. All of a sudden, they cut that back and their scores go through the roof.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if Red Deer finally kind of gets that kind of through the skull.
It's good. I mean, Red Deer has always been great scoring. But it's just a little bit less oil. Like instead of getting the blow-bys, you won't get the pushes right through. You'll get the
That
crackers.
place could be massive, even with white bases.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
they should keep it the same. That's the only cut I make. So
Yeah. I agree with Gary. I only make that cut there.
yeah, keep it tough.
2,400. I shoot 2,500 there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The last time we played Chinook, we played phenomenal. Yeah, played really well.
Must have been a Masters tournament.
Yeah.
It was. It was.
Well, there's nothing else at Chinook, so it has to be.
Yeah, and Tim played well.
Oh, I know. Well, open singles, but you took away that from me too, so that's okay.
So they each get a chop spare in 6. Good for them. Those are not the easiest spares out there for them.
Yeah, still a very close match.
So
on
was it last year that Edmonton won all 3 team spots for the Open?
And
singles.
Yeah, we swept it all.
Oh, wow.
Not that we were ever counting about it.
Yeah.
If you actually go on the E5 Facebook page, there might be a photo that I uploaded of all Alberta trophies on there.
And the really interesting thing about that too, Brett, is I mean, technically, we're 2-year champions at this point.
Yeah.
Just like the Bombers.
That's right. There's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gross. 3 chops, 3 spares between the two of them, eh?
And clean inside.
Real confidence.
Yeah, and they were in uncharitable. I just made up a word. Uncharitable spots.
Hyphenated.
Yeah.
It's 5-pin bowling. You can use whatever word you want.
Yeah, that's true. True.
My least favorite bowling term is snort for a 3-pin.
Is that even a term? I never heard that before.
No.
Some people in Manitoba use it for 3 pins. I went strike, snort, spare, and 10 to get a 30 count.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
It's funny out here. We just call it the Mitch Davies.
I choked. I Davies it.
Oh, no.
Really good shot by Evan there.
So, I mean, since it's obvious that Edmonton is the top of the pile for districts there in Alberta, who's the second best? Is it Calgary or Central?
I would not say that it's obvious that Edmonton is at all.
I mean, you win all 5 spots
for 1 year.
We had a really great year, but I mean, Central won it the 2 years prior to that, right? For the men's side, anyways. So, as a whole contingent, I would say Calgary. On the men's side, men's is really tough across the board, really.
I tell you what, I think Central. There's some stuff people don't know about. I think Central ladies is going to be real tough. I think coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Central men's team. A Central men's team has had a solid core, 9 people, 10 people the last.
But you know what? Karie's the youngest one of them all. They're all getting freaking old, right? So,
oh boy,
Eric's the youngest one.
Well, no, that's Justin Langrock.
Oh yeah,
Langrock's a hell of a player too, right? So,
yeah,
that's a really good shot from Brad there too. Really good fingers on that shot. These guys are releasing it so well that they're getting away with pretty much anything thick on the middle. It's crazy.
They must have seen my middle 7 frames in the second game.
yeah. Inspire them. That's good.
They just both adjusted after those first 2 kind of interesting frames.
Yeah.
Whenever I see a strike that thick and pinfall like that, I think of, you remember Mortal Kombat when they used to go whoopsie? I think that's what they're saying. Shootsie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could hear him.
Ooh.
Boy, let's go.
All my open play bowlers like, what a weirdo.
Probably made those kids scream, Brett.
Well, he looks like Lucifer, right? So I can see that for sure.
Hey, they need to learn.
Yeah, those are really big shots because no matter what happens, that still maintains the lead. He could bang out and beat him, I believe.
He's 7 back.
7?
Yeah. They both bang out. Bradley's up by 7.
Yeah.
Plus the bonus, right? The bonus pins are huge.
Yeah, 32.
Exactly. So at this point, that win is going to be really big for him because he takes that win. He could take he could be up 100 and some going into the final game rather than up 60.
Must have.
Oh boy, that was an uncheery.
Band-aid.
Ooh. Well, at least that one touched the lane.
I think he almost dropped that on his finger.
I know he did tell somebody he was going to throw one shot overhand tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Tommy John surgery at such a young age, that'd be a shame, hey?
Yeah. The shot put the blow up the elbow.
Still some potential here if he bangs out.
Yeah, you can still make him work.
That's a big shot.
Don't want to carry Kreutz the 10th frame and just completely.
Either way,
not a thing. That's not a thing.
It should be a thing.
Well, Mark was in the chat losing his mind. Why is Karie going so fast?
Because I
That's what Mark
understand.
sounds like.
I understand the atmosphere, and I knew where the match was going. Evan wasn't missing in 10.
You throw those strikes in 10 though, Karie. He might think about it a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's not like I threw the first ball away. I just blew by.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it looked like.
That's better running technique.
Yeah, we sent a different guy. We sent a real runner.
75.
Yeah, it would have been interesting if you threw that first one even, Karie.
Well, that's what I mean. Like if I threw that first one, it changes the whole my whole point in 10. But the blow by's horrible.
This is still big though. If Evan bangs out, right, and Bradley punches, and he still gets him by 1.
Yeah, and
right?
That gets him by 26, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, with the bonus.
Yeah, 5-5-5 even does it, right? So
yeah.
It's still in Evan's hands.
Mr. Miller, you guys can beat me all you want. All I know is I got a few more championships on my shoulders.
Whoa, don't scoreboard us, Karie. That's not fair.
Great shot, Evan.
You just made Mark, I bet he's sitting there in his house coat. He's got a Smirnoff Ice with a straw on it, and he just spat it out a little bit when you said that. Just turns to the computer screen. How dare he say that?
Oh, I can just see him right now. He's got both hands in the air going, what? What?
With a straw. I love it.
I've won things you've never heard of. Yeah. No, it's a Flyers house coat, Mark.
If Henry, if you're watching, please fix Jesse's running.
Like, I'm sure you have a treadmill in your house. You could teach him.
That's right, Kathy. It is way better to be a has-been.
What's the big movie that one's in? You're not even a has-been. You're a never was. What movie was that?
Can't say.
Oh, my goodness. Does the Iceland coach say that to Emilio Estevez in D2? Before he kneecaps them during their 3-bar contest? Before their game in the finals?
It is definitely Mighty Ducks.
It sounds Mighty Ducks.
It is definitely Mighty Ducks.
That's a huge triple.
Yeah, that's really. Yeah, now he's gotta hit the side somewhere.
When the U.S.
second
team beats Trinidad and Tobago in their tie-dye jerseys in the first game, barely.
Hey, Bradley just needs to make sure to hit the side of the middle here or something spherical.
Yeah, he's
got
to do it on the first or second ball. He can miss the first time and still take this match, but he needs to, at least get 8 on one of his first or second balls.
Or a kickback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
huge.
a bomb.
All right, now he can just create a massive lead for himself. And it wasn't like Evan played poorly this game. It's just Brad's locked in right now. That's for sure.
I mean, but the finishes at the end of both games keeps him within a manageable number. I mean, doable number, maybe a better word to use.
Yeah.
By going by the numbers at the top, he's up 69 right now. Shout out to Ryan O'Callahan.
Yeah, and Brad quits. Yeah.
He'll be up 150 after this.
Yeah, it could be up 164.
So I looked it up, guys. It's from the first Mighty Ducks when he's coaching, when he takes Adam Banks from him and puts him in his district before the games. His old coach gets mad at him and says that to him. It's also in the replacements when the one quarterback crosses the picket line and comes back and tells Shane Falco, "You're not even a has-been, you're a never was." Just so everybody can sleep tonight, not racking their brain about it.
So we had a 154-pin lead.
Yep.
Wow. Really, a really well-thrown game by Ev.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just Bradley was unreal again.
One hot guy in both matches, right?
Yeah. It just shows how hard it is to win 2 matches at this level in back-to-back as well. Right? We see it all the time in the cash events.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Well, Evan, that's a much better thrown game. You played that game really well,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, what's your game plan for the
I
next
feel like
game?
I threw it well, but
Yeah, absolutely. You just
keep it inside. Like I feel like I don't know. I threw it well.
Getting those crunchers, but
breaks.
yeah, you're getting some of the crunchers, and then some of them are turning into chop offs instead. But it looks like you're throwing.
I don't know how that angle chops, but
Sure.
It's called a power chop.
Guys complaining after shooting 707 for 2. Pinfall is garbage. Moving on to Brad.
Brad, how you feeling? Obviously, you must be feeling good. You're rolling well.
Yeah,
It's coming out of the hand really well. It was a little dicey at the beginning of the last game, and it seems to just sort itself out by now.
Yeah, and even when Evan puts a little bit of pressure on you and, forces you to do something, you seem to have the answer right away. So, yeah, you look confident out there right now.
It seems to work. The dump pray, hit the side maybe works.
That's false.
Definitely getting some runs of strikes going, which just obviously carrying that lead. We have you at plus 154 currently going into the last game.
Well, that's a little different than the last 2 weeks. It's like an extra 120 sticks in there somewhere.
Just be careful. I've seen Evan throw 7 in a row. So.
Oh, I know. I'm not taking it for granted. That's 2 decent games in a row for me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do from here. Usually it's garbage good or good garbage.
Did you scare those kids when you let out that big yell?
No, they laughed at me.
We laughed at you too.
Most people do. I'm a pretty funny guy. What can I say?
That's right.
Just not believable. All right, guys. Well, good luck game 3. Give them Hull. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys. Go throw a whole bunch of strikes, Evan.
I'm liking Bobby Kite throwing out the replacements quotes here. My favorite one is winners want the ball when the game's on the line. So hopefully Evan throws a big one here and forces Bradley to not coast through this last game.
I think you can see kind of Evan's demeanor a little bit. He's not happy about where he's at right now, but I think he's going to come out hot, and Bradley just has to hold his own, right?
Yeah, he definitely looked pretty dejected in that interview, but it's still a decent thrown game. Wasn't the result he wanted, but 150 points. It's doable, but he needs to throw strikes right away.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got to be thinking an inch here, an inch there, that he gets rid of a couple of those chops or those head pins, right? So he's not far off. It's not like he's bowling bad.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's only actually down like 100 and, what is it, 39?
129.
Well, he lost both matches, right?
Yeah, 129.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
So he's down 104 plus 50, so 154.
So he needs
but he only has to win the game. He automatically gets 25.
Oh, the 25 for the win, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to win by 130. He shoots 129, he loses.
Yeah.
True.
Roll. Yeah, he's just not happy with his pin carry now. He's obviously missing something a little bit.
I think speed's up a little bit as well, right? A little less roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. He's playing the right angle now, and you hit high left with that ball speed. It's that's not the ideal spot. You put it in the pocket left side, just gonna be money all day. But you throw high left, you're gonna get those drops, and you're not gonna get the rollout that you want.
Yeah, I think somebody just needs to, or that little voice needs to tell him, hey, man, you're still in it. Right corner, throw a few strikes. Like, you can still do it, right? I mean, it's not out of it by any stretch. So. Well,
exactly. I mean, you know what? He threw a ton of strikes in those first 2 games. He just needs to find that again. I mean, if we didn't punch 10 in that first game. He had 418 sitting there, right? He shoots 418 now. That still forces, Brad to shoot 288, which is not exactly an easy feat either, right? So just go out there and give yourself a chance. You got 435 up there. Take every shot that you can and throw as many strikes as you can. But if you're going to be negative right away, it's going to get way harder.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, emotion's good if it fosters focus, right? Emotion's not good when it's making you think of all the wrong things, quote unquote, you're doing. I mean, I can't say a lot of stuff about him. Ooh, giving up the old Land Anseth treatment, eh? Just grab it and go.
This is when it can be really easy to get into a rhythm.
That's the danger of it too, right?
Yep.
Was Barney or Homer Mr. Plow? I can't remember.
Oh, it was Homer.
Yeah.
Mr. Plow, that's his name. His name again is Mr. Plow. I'm almost a little concerned for our masking units at this point.
Very true, Gary.
Unless it's arm wrestling, then you just want to let that shit go wild.
Not the great shot by Brad there. Just feeling it.
Well, and the other thing is too is, I mean, if Evan came out a little bit more focused and maybe a little bit more, less animated negatively, that you watch people do that, and we've talked about it before. All of a sudden it just fuels the people. It just makes you relax and freewheel because you know that this person's struggling and this person's like on the edge of giving up, and it just gives you the opportunity to throw nothing but strikes.
You actually make it easier on your opponent, right?
Absolutely.
Do you guys relax a little bit when you see your opponent pressing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just gives you that little sense of calm, right? Like, because then you pat yourself on the back and you're like, hey, I'm not the one freaking out here.
Oh, exactly. Confidence goes through the roof almost immediately. And like I'll almost stand at the line and like smile, being like, okay, let's throw a strike and just hammer it at him,
The thing is, you're just waiting for them to self-implode, right? You just kind of keep going about your business and, throw your 250, 260 even, and just watch the whole thing explode.
Just freewheeling it now, eh?
Going through the motions.
But without even setting up, that was a really, really good shot. That was one of the best shots we've seen him throw in the last two games.
It's funny how that works, eh?
Yeah. Oh, but it's just proves the point that freewheeling is the way to go.
Yes and no.
Says the guy that freewheels.
Well, yeah, exactly.
There's plenty of people that don't freewheel, and they play just as good. So it's a double-edged sword. It can be really good or it can be really bad.
I may freewheel, but I'm still thinking.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be gripping it too hard, right? I mean, that's the same for any sport. You're up, you don't want to be gripping the bat too tight or gripping the golf club too tight or gripping the ball too tight.
Oh, stood up.
Decelled?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, everyone.
Hey.
I had to get Tim back into here.
Oh, buddy.
There's a scoring system telling him that he sucked and missed a spare.
Oh, it's like when you throw the double and the cracked egg comes out at Red Deer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Double chance missed. Screw you, AMF, or whatever the hell you're called. Hate you. Even on a corner.
Well, the game sure looks easy now, doesn't it?
Well, Evan, the true people's champ that he is, still making sure that he's giving everybody a show.
Chop. Oh, he's checking score.
Well, he's still got a
It's over.
$150 left, yeah.
What's his max?
So
344 less.
He has to win by 130.
No, Gary, I was stuck working out front for a second.
For 40 pins, 4 frames? Like his chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the odds now, Miller?
Yeah. So he goes back and he rips the title a couple weeks ago, and then he just keeps it going.
Just really well thrown games.
Oh yeah.
Dialed in, and he's extremely solid player, right? You wouldn't really expect a whole lot less from both these guys, and Evan obviously showed up first match, and he really hasn't been bad this match. He still has 5 1/4 or something for his 2, plus this, so he's still going to shoot probably low 8s, which is still pretty darn solid.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really solid performance. Get a little camera time as well, which is really important to all these guys.
Did they air handshake yet? I'm guessing.
Yes. Yeah, they have shook hands and called it a match.
Oh, there's Brad.
Great playing, Brad. That was solid.
Well,
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brad.
Thanks.
Yeah, really well thrown.
Yeah, all the way through.
Yeah, never put myself in a bad position, so I can't be mad at anything I did. I'd take that.
Well, even with a little adversity to start the second game, both of you guys kind of started rolling it there, and you obviously keep that momentum going into the third game.
Yeah, it was a fun match to play. I mean, Evan struggled a little bit in the first game, but other than that, it was always pretty close to almost being within a ball each game.
Yeah, absolutely. Evan, you played super solid. Like Adam was saying, you know what, you finish that game, you're still going to be, low 8s to mid 8, which is still, that's still great bowling. It's, match play is funny, and sometimes you run into somebody really hot, right, Karie?
Oh yeah. I don't feel bad for Evan. Sorry.
Whoa.
I just find it Brett built up Evan as his big great bowler.
Hey,
and you guys
he's still the people's champ. I don't care what the result is here. He's still out there bowling for the people. And
you know what?
He's going to prove you all wrong. Okay.
Did I win you money again this week, Brett?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure this thing out,
Evan.
Dexter, I'm clicking on Brett's thing and mute doesn't work. Fuck. Okay. All right. So anyways, say Evan, you played hell of a match. Wait, mine muted.
You're good.
Anyways, Evan, you played hell of a match against Karie. And then, Karie, you know what? You deserve to be on. You did. It was great. And then I just want to see Brad get his ass kicked. I don't know. You know what? We got to find somebody to come on and beat Brad.
Does he just have an ass-kickable face? Is that what you're saying?
Look,
Is that
look at him. Let's bring Tyler back on. Maybe, let's bring Tyler back on.
Oh, I think we got some other people that want to get on this show.
Oh, I hear Gary wants to get on.
Eric
Shows
first and then bowl after.
Yeah.
Where's Schultz in this whole mix?
They bring Schultz.
You know what? We're only inviting people that are showing interest. Unfortunately, Matt hasn't gotten or hasn't let us know that he's interested. But if he is, give us a shout and we'll bring him in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, I like to see Palmer on there. Palmer has the best strike percentage in Edmonton.
Yeah. Worst.
And least amount of sex appeal, but that guy is the most likable guy in Edmonton. He'll get the most amount of likes.
Hey, Palmer is a babe.
Palmer's a babe. And
you leave that guy alone.
There's a guy who's shirts and skins, right? Palmer's be definitely the skins, right, Palmer?
Well, and we have officially moved into 5-pin after dark.
It was
we were doing so good.
I'm getting back to this match.
There was only 169 reference the entire time.
Anyways, Evan, you played great, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, you played really solid. Really, your first 4 games were still 12-30. and your last game was still, shooting 280 type thing even before you guys finished there. So really solid day. Hope it was an enjoyable experience for you. Still break even on the money chain, which is good.
Yeah, I really had 5 bad frames. Like really,
mine
in the grand scheme of things, it was the 4 frames in a row in the first game, and then that one chop in the second game. And that was it.
Yeah.
Match play, you win over half your matches the way you bowled, man. Like
700 double. That was insane.
Bradley's just sitting back, just happy as can be.
He said so much to begin with.
We're gonna start.
Part of it was I can't hear Tim, so I haven't heard anything for the last 5 minutes, which is kind of blissful. Tim's talking.
We're gonna have to report you to the CRA, and you won't be able to collect Serb here right away.
Oh, hey, Bobby Sisko can bowl. She's gonna be in Edmonton next week.
No, really well thrown, both you guys, and obviously congrats, Brad. And if we do end up going next week, anybody in mind that you would like to play?
I wouldn't say no to anybody really. So let the people's choice reign again, I guess.
All right, Goldberg. Who's next, eh? Who's next?
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. Great bowling, guys. Both of you, honestly, phenomenal bowling. Thanks, and we'll put out a poll and see if we can do this again next week.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations. Great bowling.
Thanks.
Go Canucks.
Oh, Jesus.
Pick him up first.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for joining us, Brett. Always appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Brett.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
We'll talk soon, guys.